Hi everyone, it's Ayesha here from God FM, and I want to talk about the state of the world as it is now. As you can probably tell, I've lost my voice. Why? Oh, well, I haven't got a cold. But my stalkers, the ones that hack me and terrorize me and have stolen my identity, cloned my phone number, taken over every number, taken over every phone, cloned every phone, set up telephone masts, set up aerials, put things in my water, pump my house full of nano so that they can torture me. It's these people that have done this. Do you know there's a device that you can get which will make your dog stop barking? Do you know about that? Yeah. Do you know about the product, this frequency that you can clean your jewelry with as well? So a lot can be done to you through frequencies, using the same frequencies as microwaves, 5G, and all that. And obviously we've got Bluetooth lights, grid system, smart meters, fire alarms that are all hooked up to Wi-Fi, earth wires, and the whole electric grid, and the old torture system where they would electrocute people in an electric chair using the earth wire. And you know that all the drug dealers grow their drugs this way, don't you, as well? But they also target and torture people using this technology, which they don't regulate. So I want to talk about the state of the world. And a lot of this will be very hard to believe, but I suppose not, maybe not now, because you can just look at England and what's happening to get an idea of what's going on. It's pretty horrendous. Okay, so basically what we have is the devil runs the world, the fallen angels are below him, and they run the world. They reincarnated themselves here now. All the faces from before are here again. Who are the fallen angels? Well, the fallen angels are the ones that followed the devil when the devil had a fight with God up in heaven. 200 of them. And they mated with the children of God, the real children of God. And they had weird offspring, giants. And then we had a flood because they kept messing with our DNA, mixing it with animal DNA, and doing weird things like the transgender movement they're doing now, and manufacturing babies, cloning, all this kind of thing. But mixing animals with humans, and that's where mythology comes in. So God had to flood the earth because everything was contaminated. And the only worthy one was Noah, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, his 3 sons, and their wives. But after the flood, there were still giants, some, and they went into the earth, and then the rest became demons. So basically, this is like a news flash, alright? The fallen angels are here, alright, and they're running the world as we speak right now. And what this means is that everything is inverted. So we don't really have a policing force to protect us. We don't have a judicial system that is actually in place to protect us. Everything you know is a lie. Your history is a lie. Your birth certificate is all about being sold. Then there's marriage, the ring. That's also a mockery of God, because normally you get a ring with a seal, and you're a king, and you get a crown. So they basically married you to man with a ring, using their system, floating you on the stock exchange. The people who pretend to be God's children aren't God's children. A lot of people have sold out to this team of enemies of the real children of God. What happened? Well, we disobeyed God, the real children of God, and we were sold to our enemies, which is also God's enemies, by the way. And we're currently in that system right now. The Babylonians. Right. So, when he sold us for nothing. And he'll buy us for nothing as well, free us for nothing. But there is more to it. You go about your life thinking you're free, but you're not free. You're far from free. You're a slave. Worse than a slave. You can barely make ends meet. You've got bills flying in left, right and centre. The governments, all self-elected, basically get us to run around, do all the running around while they have holidays, pay themselves massive salaries. And all the electricity companies, gas companies, everything are owned by the government. And they've taken everything. Okay. Most of the children of God can't even afford to rent a house, let alone own a house. Things are so far beyond your means to sustain any type of normal life. They've put it in such a way, the way they've constructed it, that if you want to live your life, you have to disobey God's 10 commandments, basically. So normally, when you rent a house or you own a house, you've got a mortgage or rent to pay, haven't you? Yes? Okay. So, what happens if your income isn't sufficient to cover that? Well, then you look for someone to move in with you. It's maybe easier to have a relationship. So, this is where people get together and they don't get married and they start having a relationship, an intimate one, which is of a sexual nature, and they become intimate, and so this has lowered the value of the union of a man and a woman. But it's also been really pushed in such a way that women are treated like, let's be honest, like shit on your shoe. I've come across so many women that have met men, married them, had children, only to find that the men sleep with anything with a vagina. And then finally you'll leave her. And most likely, in a lot of cases, she won't even have any family to help her. And then he'll do everything he can to destroy her. And she's bringing up the children by herself, and she's also got to work. And then once she's done everything for those children, he'll actively go still to destroy her and to turn the children that she did everything for and gave up 20 years of her life while he went off to marry his third wife. But also what I've noticed is that a lot of the men, they just want to sleep with women They don't want a relationship. But what their favorite trick is, after they've left the woman with the children, is the woman will have hope in her heart that she'll meet someone to replace this failure of a husband and a failure of a father. But she won't find one, because all the men have got a special agreement that they'll never settle down with a woman that has a child or 2 children. So then someone who is in her early 20s is very beautiful and had high hopes for a very lovely relationship and family, all her hopes are dashed, because now she'll have to spend the next 20 years bringing up her children, and any man that comes along will pretend that he's interested in her, but he's actually just more interested about what's between her legs, you know. And once he's got away with her, he'll say, oh, you know, we're just friends with benefits, come on, you know, come on, don't take it seriously, you know, just enjoy it. Come on, it's fun, isn't it, eh? Come on, don't be so serious. You know, you're my friend with benefits. Well, let's be honest, we call it a fuck buddy, hey? Yeah. And then they'll want to see you and whatever, and then they'll tell all their friends that you're a friend, because that's all you are. And that as a relationship is way too important for them, and they don't want a relationship with you. But you're better than a prostitute, because you're free. And on top of it, this person won't have to take you out for dinner or fine dine and wine and dine you either. This is what I found with all the men. And some of them won't tell you that, but that's what they'll treat you like, right? So the woman will be confused, because he seems so nice, but then he's cold all the time, and he's hot and cold and playing games. Yeah, because they like to get a kick out of destroying someone who's very beautiful and intelligent. So that's my verdict on that. Okay, as a woman and my own experience, I want to air my total frustration and total disappointment in the male race. Alright. But also on top of that, what I found is most of the men that I've encountered, they got no balls, no guts. They're wimps, you know. And sorry, I don't mean to really have a go, but it just seems that the family structure is lacking, and there's just no respect for the mother's role, bringing up the children. And you know, from my point of view, if you have 2 children together, then you should work together for the benefit of the children. But I mean, you do get this the other way around as well. Yeah, you do, but it's quite rare. But the other thing I found is these old men, because they become old, is once they've had their children, then what they'll do is they'll date anybody that might be able to help them with their business. So that if they need help with their marketing, they'll date a marketing person. And if they want to get custody of their child, then they'll start dating a social services expert. That's another thing I noticed. But actually, they're wimps. And they'll pretend and they'll lead you on. Okay. But then also, at the lower level, the younger level, what happens is the men are encouraged to sleep with the women. And then the women are desperately seeking some type of stability, because they've come from most likely a family that's been broken by the previous arsehole. father. He wasn't really a father. And so the young girls have grown up without a father in a lot of the cases, and the men, little boys, but also they have an example to look to, and so they end up becoming what they have seen. And this is just a natural projection of what happens. But the young girls are desperate for a union to try and correct what happened with their own mother. And so they're desperately looking for a replacement of the failed relationship they witnessed with their parents. So it's very destructive. So it's an emotional abuse at a family level, but the repercussions are very serious, because this means that the children have no stability and the wife has no stability, because the family's been broken. This is where the devils really come in. All right. And then what we've got on top of that is we've got an education system that's flawed, a government that's flawed, rulers that eat people and drink children's blood and want to annihilate the human race. And now they're moving in all sorts of foreign people into all the countries. I mean, England now looks a bit like Soweto, where all the rivers are filled with rubbish. And in my case, I've got people breaking into my home every day, and I live in England. Okay. So I get home invasions and all of this kind of thing. And the people perpetrating these crimes are the fake children of God who run everything. But they also traffic people. And they're the ones who kidnap all the children. And they put them in the deep underground military bases. They clone people. And they eat people. And they do all sorts of really evil things. Currently, they want to totally change who we are. And they openly tell you that. They're going to take your mind from you and upload it to the cloud. So all of the leaders are in on this deal. And so the police also aren't really here to protect you. And if you don't pay your council tax, there really isn't a court hearing when they issue a warrant. No. What happens is the council officers print out their own little warrants and everything. In fact, the electricity companies now, I think, have started doing that too. And if you're English, then you'll find that your electric and your gas bills are 50 times more expensive than the foreigners. So in 2003 and 4, my electricity and my gas bills were either £3,000-4,000 a year. I'd just gone through a divorce, and I wonder how it could have been that expensive, but I was new to it, so I didn't really know what I was dealing with. But I can tell you that one of the properties I lived in, because they thought I was a little Indian, my electricity bill was £20 a month. So I'm giving you my own experience, alright? And I think that this is racist against white people. But there's also a real stance of eliminating women, which is conducted by Satanists and Masons. Now, the Masons have churches, and they worship the devil in their churches. And when you become, baptized, if you like, they baptize you in blood. That's why all the celebrities bath in blood. They all, when they sell their souls, they are not allowed to say the words Jesus. And they are put through humiliation rituals as well, so that they can't come back out. This happens with celebrities and anybody who becomes high up in the Masons. If you wear a Mason's ring, it's because you're very high up. A Mason's ring is a signet. It's a signet ring, and it's a ring that you stamp with, just like a ruler. And that's why you get a ring. The English language is the Phoenician language, which is Anglophone, which is why you have a phone. Because when you phone someone, you ring them. Who are you married to? Because this is about the wedding of Jesus Christ. AI is the opposite to God. God is I am. The devil is dead, lived backwards. When you become ill, the devil eats the soil. And when you become ill, you become so ill, so you'll be nearer to death. So this is all about the words, eating the bread of Jesus, as in the be read, not the bread of the money. Have you got your bread today? Have you got your daily bread? What bread have you got? You got dough? Have you got too much yeast in there? Ooh, let's listen to what Jesus said. Ooh, wow. Do you think maybe he had some messages about maybe you should make sure you've got enough salt in your diet? Otherwise, you're only good for the rubbish heap. Why would that be? Well, worms can't live in your body, you see, if you've got salt in your body. And your eyes are your window to your soul. Do you think maybe that's why Bill Gates called his product Microsoft Windows, and then he also created the vaccines? Vaccines? Yeah. Soft tissue. Micro. Soft. With this government gateway program that he runs, team, that every computer and every phone has got embedded into it, tracking you and watching you and following you and listening to you and torturing you, because I can tell you my phone flashes. Flash, flash, flash. You can't see these lights, but I can. I'm like an EMF detector. And my phone flashes funny flashing lights at me. Yeah, and they're deadly. And everybody says they don't know about it. Nobody believes that stalkers and hackers would be hired to terrorize the real children of God. So the real children of God are put into mental hospitals when they report these crimes, because hacking and stalking is now a mental illness. Yeah. So this is something I've witnessed, and I'm not liking it. I'm telling you, I really hate it, eh? I just wish I was never born. But I can tell you I'm highly intelligent and very, very blessed by the Lord with my understanding. But just like Solomon, who was given divine wisdom, he began to hate it here too. You know why? Because when you're given divine wisdom, you see, and your eyes are opened. And this will happen with the rest of you hopefully very soon, because I'm getting a bit lonely actually. But the world's in a mess. You just need to look out the window. And by the way, I've got a group with targeted individuals with about 30 or 40 members now, just on WhatsApp, and then I've got loads of contacts online as well. And you know, we're not all imagining it. We've got the same tactics. Oh, you got leaks? Yeah, leaks. Can't get the heating on? No. Can't get hot water? Does your water smell like dog water when you bath? Yeah. Okay. Does your bed shake? Yeah. Do your feet itch? Mm-hmm. Do you get ringing in your ears? Yeah. Does your head hurt like feels like it's gonna explode? Mm-hmm. Do your hands and feet swell up? Yeah. Do you get backache? Yeah. Really bad neck ache. Very bad. Feels like my neck's gonna snap. You get bad backache at the bottom of your back by your coccyx. Oh, yeah, really bad. Do you get ankle ache? Yeah. You get like a vibrating, the cooking of the feet. Feels like your feet are being cooked while you're standing up or sitting down. But it stops when you lift your feet off the ground. Yeah, you'll get that. Do you find that you can't connect to the internet and your phone calls won't come through and your text messages won't come through to authenticate when you want to sign into Google? Yeah, same here. Can't be just imagination, surely. Please tell me. And someone is listening, because the world is a mess. This is a mess. I've got druggy, pedophiles, blood drinkers, people who have fitted things in my home, Bluetooth devices everywhere, listening bugs, cameras, all around my house, outside as well, tracking things in my cars like I belong to them. And they're not fearful of being caught, I can tell you, because every time I go out, the doors, you can hear the door handle like this. Or you can hear the keys. Each time you go out, somebody is doing this right next to you. And then they stand there and then wait for you to go, and then they pop in to see the people in the main building. Or they're coming out at the same time, or like where I used to live, every time I opened my front door, my neighbour from 3 Vernon Court was gagging at the door, waiting for someone. Who was he waiting for? Every time, not once, every time. They messed with the electric so badly, I had to get an electrician. They messed with the plumbing so badly, I had to get plumbers. Every time I had someone visit me, my neighbor would pop outside and start talking to them. Any visitor I would have, my neighbor would pop outside and speak to them. Yeah. Not only this, my neighbor would phone the police. Yes. Then the police would come and say, "Are we just checking you're okay?" And I know it's my neighbor doing all this stuff to me, climbing in my loft. I can hear them every day. Not just one neighbor, there's a few of them have all been recruited. And then you basically can't talk to the police, because if you do, you'd be put down as a crazy person. And then you go to start your car and it won't work. And then you check, someone swapped the battery and put a smaller battery in your car. Or they've swapped the windscreen wipers for wipers that are falling apart. But you've just had the car MOT'd and you just bought wipers. This is the kind of thing that happens. Or, in my case, they did is they messed with the car so that the electrics didn't work properly. And the alarm would go off every time you would lock the car. And then one of the electricians who was working one of the buildings conveniently just below your building, to rig up their latest bit of torture, as your alarm goes, woo, 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 And you got a little teenager, apprentice electrician going, woo, 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 smiling at you because he knows. And he's having a good old giggle. So good, isn't it, eh? Yeah, you can tell I'm furious. But what's my main point? My main point is this, that the fake children of God, they don't work. They don't have to work. They run the banks. They run all the education. They run all the media. They run all of the airports. They are in charge of all of the communications, telecommunications, all the platforms that you go on, social media. They're in charge of Hollywood. They're in charge of the music industry. They're in charge of the governments. They're in charge of the police. They're so powerful. If you want to be a president, you have to be part of that group as well. If you want to be a queen or a king, you have to be one of them too. And if you join the police, then you must be a Mason. Now they're going to make that a little bit more of a problem. So it'll be all secret Masons probably. So what I realized is I thought to myself, well, how do they fund this? You know, because these guys have endless money. And what you'll find is if you're a targeted individual, you'll find it's really hard to get a job and keep a job as well. Even if you're really good and very clever and very helpful and work damn hard and you behave very well and you do everything perfect, they'll find a reason to fire you. Not only this, if you're married to a psychopath and you divorced him, then he will mock you and make fun of that fact and laugh to the children. Your mother works for herself because she can't keep a job. It's so funny. Yeah, because he secretly knows. You know, people are sick, eh? I'm telling you, I never realized how damn evil this place is. But it's evil. Like my ex-husband. He moved someone into the house that I was with him with the children the same day that I moved out because he was cheating. The bed wasn't even cold. And he had a new lady in his bed. You know, that's how sick and evil this place is, eh? Yeah. Crazy it is. Sick. And this man as well, he contacted all my friends. We had my children on the iCloud account, and of course he knew everything. So when my dad died, I found out because the children had got a message and it came through to my phone on iMessage. Yeah. Very interesting it is. So what I realize now is that the fake children of God, they're also in charge of the hospitals and the pinprick test when babies are born. And they know more about the real children of God than the real children of God do. And everyone seems to know, but the children of God don't know. And they do everything they can. They make sure you can't earn a living. You have problems keeping jobs. They make sure that your electricity bill is 50 times higher than anyone else's. This is what I've worked out. And they just make your life a living horror show. Because they've got endless resources. Because these guys don't have to work. Everything they do, their houses are paid for. Everything. They don't pay for anything. In fact, they get paid. I think it's £40,000 a year or something, basic salary. You think I'm making it up? I'm not making it up. They get a house, they get a salary, everything is paid for. And then you've got the mafia leaders who make their money through the dark web. They all have holiday apartments. They fit out the holiday apartments with cameras, stalking equipment. It's like the Psycho movie. You remember watching Psycho? Well, your world leaders are the same, okay? Like where I used to live was holiday lets. And I dread to think what happened to anyone staying in those apartments. But the holiday lets, they probably find that they're all over the dark web. And you'll probably find that because these guys are sick, they torture my private areas, my vagina and my bum. They cook my bum and my vagina, and they do a thing that's like a washing machine in your vagina. Yeah, it's really painful. Through putting all the nano inside you, when they activate it with the light, it constructs inside you, and then they can control. They take over your nervous system because this stuff crawls up your bum, because I put it in the toilet mainly. Crawls up your bum and up your privates, and it sits between the lower intestine and the small intestine and the large intestine, where the blood flow, where the food has been mashed up, and now we're doing the small parts, and then it goes round the bloodstream. And then it's activated by the lights, which are in the cars, in the phones, and outside. And we've got rid of the exchange so that when this all kicks off, you won't be able to use your phone. I don't know if you know about the cows I told you about. I saw the cows being tortured by this lightning coming from the lights. Have you noticed there's lots of lightning all the time? Funny weather, eh? Like a funny fog. And then there's lightning and rain. So anyway, I had the washing machine on the other day, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's raining. I thought, it's raining. No, it's a washing machine. Okay. What is a washing machine? A washing machine is a sound amplifier, but it's very similar to the gates that transport you in time, which you don't know about, the stargates. Okay. So they can torture me and do these things, and then they get a little pretty picture of little boy Steve, 5, and Annabelle, who's 9, and they both got iPhones or phones. They go to school, and they're signed into an email with a telephone number, and Mummy and Daddy go to work, and then they come and they rig up all their little bits and pieces because they like Annabelle, eh? Annabelle's pretty, isn't she, eh? And they've seen the photographs because they're in charge of all the schools. Next thing you know, they're causing relationship breakdowns between you and your partner because they sent a honeypot in. You and your husband split up, and now Annabelle is in danger. But there's other ways they do things, and then they get everything rigged up, because everything in the schools, you got the 5G towers, you got everything at school, haven't you? And I've got other targeted individuals experiencing the same thing. And then what happens is they've started to do this to the children, to cook their private parts while they're at school. The teacher's looking at them while he's doing it, with his phone pointing at them, just like when they do that with me, and they're pointing the phone at me and my bum starts cooking while I'm in Tesco. And I'm like, that's another one of them. They've got control of my biometrics, my body functions. Do you think I'm mad? I'm not mad. All right then. So this is coming for everyone. And you should know that the foreigners over here, they're the ones doing most of this stuff. Why? Well, because they want to cause anarchy. When this digital ID comes in, you just watch what will happen. What happens to me now means that I won't be able to stay in England. I have to leave. I won't be able to have an identity anymore because someone stole it. The only thing they want now, I mean, they've taken everything from me. I call it dead man's shoes. Because no police force will stop them from cloning my identity, taking over my phone number, getting into everything, taking over my TV even. They've got into my fire alarms. I've got no privacy. I've even got my photographs on a swingers website, and I'm a minister for Jesus Christ. That's how little fear they have of getting caught, because they've got the police in the pocket. So, and I noticed that all of this involves witchcraft as well. And they can persuade all the neighbors to do this against me, but not just me, all the other victims as well. And the idea is to put stuff in your water, gets it to constrict in your body, and then they cause pain. Because it's metals actually, which are nano size, but they constrict and they grow real super fast when the lights go on and activates it all. And of course it's so unbelievable that no one will believe you and no one will help you, even though everybody knows about it, because this is actually what the World Economic Forum says it's going to do to us all. But nobody believes it. So we need to do something because it's going to happen to the children, but they're already cloning people as well. All of the world leaders are fallen angels. They are reincarnated. They're clones. The Goyim are actually not a boy and not a girl. That's why they're called a Goy. A Goyim. Okay. How do I know that? Well, because God told me. Okay. Jesus' name is Jesus, not Yeshua. Why do I know that? Because God told me. That's why they can't say Jesus' name. Why did Jesus say you've got to have the virgins for the wedding? Because Jesus was born of a virgin. And so his brothers and sisters will be as well. In the spirit. What's a Gentile? The Gentiles are the ones created by clones through the genitals of the male sperm and the woman's eggs. Genitals. Right. That's what it is. So you've got children who are created by the devil through the Gentiles, genitals, and then you've got the normal union between a man and a woman, because God provides the spark, the breath of life between a sperm and an egg, even if it's in a petri dish. So we got a lot of clones out here. We got the Cabbage Patch Children. We got a reset that happened a couple of 100 years ago. Jesus didn't die 2,000 years ago. There's a lot of history that's been changed. The places have been changed. The nations' names have been changed. They've lied about everything. Okay. And when I read the Bible, I just said to God, wow, this is just lovely, isn't it? I loved it. I was like, I just think you're amazing. I want to know everything. Yeah, God gave me so many dreams. So, I can tell you this too. So, the children of the devil have male and female genitalia, just like the devil. And the clones, obviously when they're cloned, they can decide whether it's going to be a boy or a girl. Alright? But most of these celebrities, they can't have children. Okay? Because they have to have a clone child. That's why they adopt all the ones from Africa. And then what they do to those children is they turn the little boy from a boy to a girl. Because if they want to do everything that's anti-God. And they also want to make it so that men dress up like women. Because this is a war against women. It is. For me, I find it very uncomfortable. I find it very offensive. And I feel dirty. And I feel violated. Like I've been raped. When I'm standing next to somebody who has changed their gender. You should know that all of the famous celebrities, the pop stars and the singers and the movie stars, they're all different to what they display. So Madonna is a man. Okay. Michael Jackson was a woman. All of the people you're watching on the films, when you're watching a woman, it's actually a man. And this is a sin against God to watch these guys and watch them and in your consciousness see them as a woman when they're a man, because it means that you can't see the truth. And if you can't see the truth, then you're in the darkness, and the darkness is inside you. And if the darkness is inside you, how deep is the darkness? So this really is time now to stand up for the truth, because your salvation depends on it. And I'm here to try and tell you these facts. A lot of what I'm telling you, I didn't know until very recently, okay? I can also tell you that there is the fifth element, which I was told about, and the Z chromosome, which is activated through sound, probably through the ether, which is the fifth element. And obviously there's a film, The Fifth Element, so it's all connected to that too. And this is about the free energy, because we're elect and we're conductors and we're made in the image of God, so we can procreate and create again, but they cannot. And they're trying to rob us of everything, our consciousness and our souls, our children. They're actively taking children of people. So you need to listen. So the fifth element, the ether, the symbol for that is the pyramid on top of a pyramid, which is the same symbol that the fake children of God have used to mock you. Because also the children of God are not called Israel. They're called Israel, because they're real and they can have babies. Alright? Now, I started talking about all this some years ago, before anyone else. So you should know this. And this is why God talks about Ariel. Oh, Ariel. Yeah. Because it's all about an Ariel. It's all about being the right frequency. And this is about being in harmony. And this is about going to the wedding and the feast. And some people will be turning up in the wrong clothing. Why? Well, again, I mean, I've given you so many clues. I think you can figure it out. Right. So, basically, everything's a lie, and we're entitled to our land. So every time you buy a house, it gets registered with the land registry. That's why they registered it. That's why the land registry is called a land registry. Because they registered the land. When you bought the land, you surrendered it to them and gave them a contract to pay them for it, even though it didn't belong to them. This is what the lie is about. Your birth certificate. That's where the fake children of God brought all of this in. Okay? Because they robbed us. They took our birthright from us. And it's there for us to claim. They are living off our birthright. Do you understand me? The fake children of God are living off our money, our inheritance, our birthright. And we need to take it back. Not just because we need it back, but we need to do this for the children. And for all the children and the people that are stuck in the dungeons and the deep underground military bases where they're doing weird, evil things. So you need to wake up. Please share my content. I'm shadow banned everywhere by the fake children of God. And if you want to claim your land and you want to claim your inheritance, contact me. But if we don't do this soon, then we're going to have to vacate. Well, I have to leave because I can't stay here. Because my identity's been stolen from me. The only thing for them to take now is my soul and my mind. People have changed. Have you not seen it? This is the mark of the beast. This is the beast system. Okay. So, if you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple, X, Telegram, God FM News, God FM New, and God FM Radio. God FM on Telegram is also God FM Group, by the way. I've just checked it today. Sorry. And you can email me, admin@godfm.org.uk, and you can WhatsApp me, +44 777 35 77788. Have a wonderful day. It's Ayesha from God FM, trying to wake you up to what's really been happening. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call this, but try and give it something that will make people want to watch it. Please share the content. Have a good day. God bless you.